One of my favourite pieces of work this year was Are You Press-Worthy? This was my favourite piece because we are currently living in an incredibly divisive media landscape, and this piece of work focused on the data rather than the emotion. So the campaign name was the big hook for it, and ultimately you could go onto a website and enter your details as to who you are, what you look like, where you're from, and the data within the website will tell you how much press coverage you would get from a media perspective if you were to go missing. The thing about that campaign that was really interesting was that the title was essentially the big hook. That was what got people interested. But it was a piece of work that ultimately challenged broadcasters and media that the entrants needed to get coverage from for the campaign to land. So it was definitely a challenger to critique broadcasters and privately owned businesses and then expect them to write about it. Your case has got to be pretty strong for that to get any level of result. So it identified bias, and we as judges had to then question some of our choices within the process as well. So from an entry perspective, it was an interesting one for the category, but for people in the room, it drove further conversation as well.